Hello, hello, and welcome to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Say it with me 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Some people really have difficulty saying my channel name. They say that it's a mouthful. Let me break it down to you. Entree, like a frozen meal from your freezer. Pray, like what I've been doing lately on my morning Bible readings, and Noor. I'm not really sure what Noor could be, but you can let me know in the comment section below. And if you didn't already know the significance of my channel name, even though it's long, it has meaning to me. 40 is the age that I was when I started my channel. When I really, started getting serious about wanting to be my own boss and work for myself and leave my job of 20 years. So 40 was my age. I'll be 42 this year in a couple months, but I'm not going to change my channel name to 42 Entrepreneur Drive. Entrepreneur represents what I want to be, which is my own boss. And drive, actually, it just goes along with it. It sounds like a destination, and for me, it is a destination. I want it to be my. I want it to be where I end up. I want my drive, my motivation, my inner motivation, to lead me to a successful business where I can support myself and walk away from my job and be independent. So that's my channel name, 40 Entrepreneur Drive. You can call me 40 or you can call me Kenya. I have a website that I came across because lately there are some people that have encouraged me to change my name, that it might be easier to remember if it was shorter. It might be more marketable if it's shorter. But over the past year, and even when I made up my name in the beginning, it means something to me. It really means something to me. And the longer that I use it, I feel like there's significance with it, like beyond why I picked it. So let me share with you this website that I've got. And this is coming from todayifoundout.com. And I specifically did a search engine on, the significance of the number 40. And this is what I came up with. Most of this has some spiritual overtones, but there is some random trivia near the end. Some of it is, it's kind of fun. Some of it is scientific. Some of it is astrological. And I just thought it was really interesting. So if you'd like to know some interesting facts about the number 40 and the significance of the number 40, please watch to the end and let me know what you think in the comment section about some of these pieces of information. Starting with the article, it says, today I found out the biblical expression 40 days and 40 nights just means a really long time. At the time, among the Jews, the number 40 wasn't generally used to signify a specific number, per se, but rather more used as a general term for a large figure. When it was used in terms of time, it simply meant a long time. Thus, the phrase 40 days and 40 nights was just another way to say a really long time. I don't know what support they have for that, but this is just from the article here. The number 40 also had a great symbolic meaning to the Jews and today among Christians and Muslims as well. The number 40 to the Jews is a number that, when used in terms of time, represents a period of probation, trial, and chastisement, not to be confused with judgment, which is represented by the number 9. I can definitely dig that. I feel like my year on YouTube and my year trying to run my businesses has definitely been a period of probation. With me, not having the amount of subscribers that can afford me the different perks and monetization that YouTube offers. So I'm definitely in the probation period there. Since I still don't really know what I'm doing as far as business, and I'm figuring things out on my own, I definitely feel like I'm going through trials. And then the chastisement, I feel that too. Especially lately, since I've been sharing myself and being more open with people and sharing myself out, I'm making myself more vulnerable to either being supported or to be chastised. So I'm feeling all of those numbers. As the product of 5 and 8, 5 times 8 is 40. As the product of 5 and 8, it also signifies grace, 5, ending in revival or a new beginning, 8. Thus, when 40 is referencing a period of probation, it also coincides with the meaning derived from the factors 5 and 8. Okay, so grace. I'm expecting some grace. I know I don't deserve a lot, but with the grace of God, and I'm hoping that I can get that revival and new beginning. When it relates to enlarged dominion or extended rule, then it is related to the factors of 4 and 10, with 4 representing the creation of something, hey, like my business and my channel, and 10 representing perfection and completeness. Oh, one could only hope. One could only hope. Here are the bonus facts. There are some mixed numbers in here, but I'm only going to be reading the ones pertaining to 40. 40 is the only word form of a number where the letters all appear in alphabetical order. In the Muslim religion, it is said that Muhammad was 40 years old when he first received the revelation by the archangel Gabriel. According to the Quran, a person is only fully grown or mentally matured when they reach the age of 40. I definitely agree with this. I never felt like an adult. Never, never, never. When I was 18, I didn't feel like I was really an adult. When I was, in my early 20s and I had my son, I didn't feel like an adult then. When I was in my 30s and I had my daughter, I didn't feel like an adult then. I did not feel mature and like a real, true adult until I turned 40 a year and some months ago. So I can attest to that. I don't know why, but when I turned 40, I just like the switch got flipped. Like I just suddenly felt more like an adult. Even buying my own house and buying my own car and doing everything that responsible adults do, I just didn't feel like an adult. I don't know what that's about. Let me know in the comment section, have you felt that way? If you are under 40 and you feel perfectly mature and like an adult, or you don't quite feel like an adult, or if you're over 40 and you finally feel like an adult, or you still don't feel like an adult, let me know what. You don't have to give me your exact age, but just let me know in the comment section if you agree with that and if it applies to you. Some scholars believe the number 40 was originally sacred to the Jews and Muslims due to the fact that the planet Venus forms a pentagram in the night sky every 8 years and returns to its original point every 40 years with a 40-day regression. That is a lot of math, and that is a long time to be calculating. Wow. Okay. In case you haven't caught on, the Jews historically put great stock in numbers representing certain things. The Bible is laced with this symbolism not only in blatant ways, like 40 days and 40 nights, where the numbers are used directly, but also in ways such as having letters associated with numbers and thus names of things and the like are associated with certain numbers. This system is known as gematria. One example is the Hebrew word for life, chai, is made up of 2 Hebrew letters that add up to 18, which is why 18 is considered to be a very lucky number among Jews. There's a lot more trivia and information on other numbers, but I only want to stick with the 40 here. As with 40 and 6, the number 8 appears throughout the Bible in its symbolic form. For instance, Noah was the 8th and last person who stepped out of the ark, representing the new beginning. With 8 total individuals, the miracles of Elijah were 8 in number. Elisha asked for a double portion of Elijah's spirit, and thus the miracles of Elisha totaled 16. Let's see, talking about the ark. The solar year can be perfectly measured by keeping track of every 40th day. Due to the fact that this article is already way too long, I'll just sum it up and say the solar year being 365.24219 days can be reached with only an average of a 2-second difference between the actual solar year and the calendar solar year using this 40-day cycle method of calculating the year. Celtic Christians appear to have used this cycle with the celebration of Passover, Easter, associated with an 84-year cycle. 84 years nearly being perfectly divisible by 40 days, or 767.009 cycles. The Niebuhr sky disk, dated back to the Bronze Age in Germany, also seems to indicate during this period of the 40-day calendar counting was already well known in that era, and the ancient Egyptians were also known to use this 40-day time tracking cycle. In the Torah, the ritually impure are submersed in 40 measures of water. Once out, they are ritually pure. Thus, the earth being covered in water for 40 days in the story of Noah is symbolic of the earth being ritually purified. The Jews were not the only civilization to mark a great flood that seemingly covered the earth. Here are a small subset of other cultures that have similar stories. Talking about ancient Greek, Lithuania, Burmese legend, Transylvania, the Sacramento Indians, Chinese legend, and here we go back to 40. 40 shows up in the Bible in such places as the 40 years in the wilderness for the Jews, 40 years from the crucifixion of Jesus to the destruction of Jerusalem, 40 days of Moses on the mount receiving the law, Moses' life being divided into 3 sections of 40 years, 40 days given to Nineveh, 40 days of Jesus being tempted by Satan in the wilderness, Jesus being with his disciples for 40 days following the resurrection. Many of the judges judged for 40 years. Saul and David reigned for 40 years, for example. Negative 40 degrees is the temperature where the Fahrenheit and Celsius scales correspond with one another. For example, negative 40 Fahrenheit degrees is negative 40 Celsius degrees. It typically takes 40 weeks from the beginning to the end of a human pregnancy. 40 is considered a semi-perfect number owing to the fact that a subset of its divisors added together gives 40. 1, 4, 5, 10, and 20. 40 is the atomic number of zirconium. 40 represented in binary is 101000. Let's see. In a marketing effort to boost jewelry sales, the American National Retailer Jewelry Association in 1937 revised the system by which certain wedding anniversaries are to be marked by giving various jewels, precious metals, and other artifacts. Prior to their modification, it was traditional only to give standardized gifts on the 1st, 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th, 25th, 50th, and 75th anniversary. They added a certain material on every year from 1 through 20, and then every 5th year after that. One that they added was the ruby anniversary, being on the 40th year. Interstate 40 in the United States runs from California to North Carolina and is 2,559.25 miles long, or 4,118.71 kilometers long. U.S. Route 40 runs from Maryland to Utah and spans 2,285 miles, or 3,677 kilometers. WD-40 got its name from the fact that it was the 40th try at creating a water displacement substance. Water displacement, WD. 40 acres and a mule is an expression coined in 1865 when some freed slaves in America were given land and a mule to give them a good start in their newfound freedom. Unfortunately, after the assassination of Lincoln, his successor, Andrew Johnson, revoked those orders given to General Sherman to divide up certain sections of land for the above purpose. So after that point, no more land was given to freed slaves under the above orders, which incidentally were not official state policy, but were simply orders given to Sherman to help assure the harmony of action in the area of operations. It's estimated that around 10,000 freed slaves received the above 40 acres and a mule in Georgia and South Carolina. And those are significant meanings for the number 40. Do you have any other significant meanings for the number 40? Either because you are or have been 40, are looking forward to being 40, own something or associate yourself with something that has the number 40 in it. This video is just for fun, not too serious, but I thought that was interesting. That article that I read, I did specifically look it up because for me, the longer that I keep my channel name, I just feel like I'm starting to notice different significance meanings with the number 40 and what it means to me, what it means for my channel. And yeah, so yeah, let me know in the comment section below what 40 means to you or what other significant number means something to you. You don't have to be into numerology to play along with this one. I'm not, I don't put too much weight into numerology because I don't really understand it, but I did find that those things were interesting. And 5 is my favorite number. That was mentioned in the beginning of the article, 5 and 8 being grace and what was the other one? Completion. So what is your favorite number and why? And what significant number do you find that you keep seeing in different places? Let me know in the comments section below. I look forward to reading your comments. I try my best to respond to everybody. And if this is your first time watching and you leave a comment, guess what you get? A gold star. I wonder, does a star have a significant number other than 5, if it's associated with 4 anyways? In any case, thank you for watching. Hope you had fun, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow me on social media. Now, let me know what you think about this next upcoming video.